Welcome back to the Export Lounge. Today we have a very special episode in our first dual talk show with two studs from the Ravensburg Razorbacks. Also, we have Brad back in the chair and Gabe Quigley. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Alex Mashak and Ben Rashid. Welcome to the show, fellas. Am I saying that correct, Alex?
Yep.
Is it like a hard A, Mashak or Mashak?
Mashak. Yep.
Well, fellas, you guys are having a hell of a year so far. Just give me an update on where you guys are at in the season. How do you guys look in the playoff race? I feel like third is when I saw you last. Just let everybody know where the Razorbacks are right now before we get into everything. And I don't care which one of you guys talks, by the way. You guys are going to have to use your connection to figure that out.
Yeah, so right now we're the 2 seed. Last week, Pforzheim lost, so that bumped us up. Yeah, it's a point differential right now that we're looking at to kind of get the 2 seed, but we're up 40 points right now. That's kind of why we have been running it up on teams when we have the opportunity. Calling timeouts late in games, kicking field goals late. It's not really what we want to do, but that's kind of where we're at with how the GFL is and the way the playoff format works. But yeah, we're eyeing up that 2 seed for sure. Yeah.
So they use that point differential, and it's kind of becoming a big deal right now.
Yeah.
Pforzheim, are they also kind of like, are you guys a 2-loss or 3-loss team?
Right. No. 3.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'll be fun and interesting to see what happens at the end of the season.
Yeah, so they have one more game against Saarland. We're kind of expecting them to put the beat on them, and then we have Regensburg, and then we have Dresden. So if we win out, then we're the 2 seed. But if things don't go our way, then if we go 1-1, that point differential is going to be a big deal.
Yeah. We'll keep beating the shit out of teams, and you guys should be fine.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Damn good plan.
We've already got ours out of the way, so I'm all right with you doing it to anybody else.
Yeah.
Don't you guys need to beat up on Stalin this weekend, Quigs? Everybody, Brad has a concussion, so he will be out this weekend, unfortunately. I don't know if I'm allowed to release that information, but I can edit it out.
There's no HIPAA here.
Gabe, you ready to sling around the yard, buddy?
Always.
It was good to see you back in the saddle.
It's been a while, but I mean, it felt like just like riding a bike again. Just a little bit more slower pace, I guess, than what we were used to going against back in high school.
All right, let's get more into Ben and Alex. You guys played together last season, and we'll get into that and everything and kind of how your guys' relationship has formed since. But I do my deep dive research into your guys' past. One of you guys went to Dubuque College, and the other had an so Ben, you were a Dubuque guy.
Yep.
And then Alex, did you have an internship there at one point or another?
Yeah, so I interned with the guy named Michael Zwiefel. He's a head coach at Lacrosse, University of Wisconsin Lacrosse. And that's who trained Ben. And so I had an internship there.
So you guys did cross paths before?
Yeah, I lived with Ben in high school.
Oh, high school?
Yeah, so we've known each other since I was like 16, and then I moved in with him when I was 17, him and his family. So,
oh wow,
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was my backup back in the day when I was a senior. He was a sophomore. He was a backup fullback, so that's where we've been close ever since. Brothers.
Really that's pretty sweet, man.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of knew each other back then,
high school,
and you guys have both only played 2 years overseas, correct?
This will be our third year together.
This will be your third year together, pardon me. How did that even start between you guys and getting over to Europe, particularly going together? How did that conversation start? Who got the ball rolling? And then what was that conversation between you two about, hey, let's just go and live in Germany and play football together?
You got this one, Ben.
It more started with like the trainer that Alex was talking about. He played for the Vienna Vikings before like the ELF or the like all the big European leagues. So he was the one that introduced me to Euro players and kind of the route. If you don't make it to the NFL, you can go over to Europe and play ball. So I was like, that sounds like a fun option. Got done with my 5th year of college, and then I started just messaging all these teams around Europe, and all the teams were like, you went to a D3 school, too small. Finally, the Razorbacks, on accident, I messaged the owner or president of the Razorbacks, and he messaged me back and was like, I'll put you in contact with the head coach. And then it was like May 1st, I was talking to Coach Gilly, and May 5th, I was flying out to Germany. And then I was kind of just keeping in touch with Alex here and there. And then we had a safety that was on the team at the time and started 0-3. I mean, we were getting the wheels knocked off of us left and right. Like first game, we got 50 burged by Algoy. Like just rough.
How
and
the
then,
turntables.
Yep. And then he was like randomly came up in the house one day and was just like, I'm done. I'm going home. So then went to my first message to Alex and was like, hey, would you want to come out here and play ball? He was like, absolutely. So I told my head coach, and then like a week or 2 weeks later, Alex was at the front door, and it's just been fun ever since.
Wow.
That's pretty sweet.
That's so sick.
Did that guy have any other problems other than you guys were getting swamped, or he just like up and left? He said, fuck you guys.
He was from, if I want to say like New Jersey area. So coming to southern Germany where there's nothing, he was kind of out of place, spent all day in his room. Like wasn't much of like the team camaraderie guy. So he just, as soon as we were getting the wheels beat off of us, he was like, this isn't fun anymore. He was like, I'm done going home.
Alex, were you actively training when Ben had first contacted you? Or was he like picking the cleats back up kind of thing?
Yeah, he was fresh off the couch.
So I was 2 years out of football. I had an opportunity to play overseas, but I had moved to North Carolina at the time, kind of got my life started in a different way. And I was in talks with Ben about like maybe playing. And then I think I had like a week where I had my old helmet, put it on, went to the field, trying to get ready. But no, I was living in Colorado. I was rock climbing. I was not expecting to play football. So
this dude's living the dream.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
well, that's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and get into that first season, especially for you, Ben. Now knowing that you got there before Alex, I had kind of interpreted the whole thing as you guys went over together. That's even cooler that you had a guy leave and you're like, hey, Alex, got a spot for you if you want it.
Yeah.
But you're over there. And was it your first or your second season that you had like 26 sacks or?
I'll admit that's wrong. I don't know how they came up with 26, but I'll take it. It was wrong. I think it was.
I'm looking at this stat. Like, are they sure there's 26 sacks in this man's season?
I think they gave me some TFLs as sacks as well, but
okay.
It was nice to look at, to say the least, to say I had 26. But I think the actual number was, I think, either 13 or 15 that I had.
Oh, that's a major discrepancy.
Yeah. So that's why
20 sacks.
Yeah. I mean, they had me at like 80 some tackles that year as well. Like
88, yeah.
Something ridiculous. Like I had a good year, but it wasn't that good.
Okay, so catch me up on the timeline. That first season was when Alex came in the middle of the year, correct?
Yeah, he came in, I think it was week 4 or 5. His first game was when we went up to Hildesheim and played and lost in overtime because, we had one of our guys jump over the center on the field goal in overtime.
Shout out Mika.
Yep. Yeah. So, it would have been the first time, if we would have won that game, it would have been the first time a South team would beat a North team. And they missed the field goal, but he jumped over and they moved it forward 5 and kicker drilled it home and won the game. So
is Ben's audio shit for you guys?
What, Alex?
Is Ben's audio shit for you guys, or is it just me?
So is yours, to be honest with you. But here's what I'll say. I have spent more time than I care to say in post-production for this fucking show for us to get 200 views, and I'm going to keep doing it. But typically it ends up working out on the back end.
Okay.
After a little bit of, put a little elbow grease into it, I can usually make things hurt or make things work. I can make it work. I really don't know how to fix it on your end. It's just kind of the nature of the beast of talking to people who are in different time zones. And I don't know if it's me. I feel like it's probably me, but I don't know.
Crystal clear on my end.
Okay, well then it's Ben and Alex's fault. We can just blame them, and we'll talk about it in the show.
Yeah, maybe this will be better.
But yeah, I saw the 26 sacks in a year, and then I've kind of watched you play. I bought the GFL pass and all that stuff, so I wasn't like shocked that you had 26 sacks because I feel like you probably could get there, but that's also an egregious number. So I'll edit that out, and for the record, everybody will know that it's still 26. But I just wanted to bring that up because that's an insane stat line.
Thank you.
But so that earned you some really good honors there in the GFL, and that's probably the reason that they easily kept asking you to come back. Alex, was that first year when you came in around week 4 and he said Hildesheim was your first game? Was that the year that you were a first-team GFL guy? Were you able to be a first-teamer, or was that your second year when you came back? I'm just trying to catch up on the timeline because information is scattered over in Europe.
Yeah, no, it was our second year that I was all GFL guy.
Okay, so Ben, let's talk about that then. You got to go over there and you got to kind of start out, and Alex came in as the ship was already set. We're already sailing. We're already in the middle of a season. How much better, or what was the difference between that and being able to come in together, knowing and having some preparation into what you're about to get into for that season? And then how did that change the result of that year for you guys? Just what are the differences between the two?
Well, I'll tell you straight up, our first year was, like, pardon my language, but it was a shit show until pretty much Alex.
Oh, let her rip on this show. I think we've already broken that barrier.
Yeah, I mean, it was an absolute shit show. I mean, we had fights at practice. We had dudes like just saying that they're smarter than the coaches. Like, just like, even as a player, like, even if you are smarter than the coach, like, you just listen to the coach. You just accept it and you just take it and do what he says. And like, we had guys that would just say like, no, I'm not doing this. This is stupid. I'm smarter. And then pretty much as soon as like Alex got there, like, everything started to finally find its place. Like, I think we lost maybe one more game that year. We were like, I think 2-5 at one point. And then to finish the year out, we won 5 straight, able to secure the 2 seed, which was kind of crazy. First time ever for the Razorbacks to make it to the playoffs, let alone have a home playoff game. And then like, we had to play Braunschweig, the New Yorker Lions at the time, but Braunschweig in the first round of the playoffs, and kind of got belt to ass a little bit. Like, I was hurt. I was dealing with a compartment syndrome in my leg that I got from the last game. So I wasn't playing. So Alex was the only A out there on the defense. And I mean, that was the first time that we got really introduced to what North football, they say, is about. Like, they just ran it down our throat the whole time. But coming into the second season, it was awesome because like Mash and I at the core, and then we had Elio, who's number 7. Like, he was coming back. We brought back, I think, like 3 or 4 of the guys from that first season on the defense, brought them back again for that second year. So we had a really good base coming in. And then, the third season, like, we brought everybody back, like the whole team, offense, defense. So it's just gradually gotten better and better. And, the camaraderie is just there now, it seems like.
Yeah. Real quick before we continue, are you two in the same building by chance?
Yes.
He's like,
I might go back to your suggestion, Ben, when you and I were initially talking. Can you, and just sharing one and see if that helps connection?
Yeah.
Come over here, Ben.
Okay.
All right. So it's one exit and we're good.
So Ben, go ahead and get the fuck out of here and go join.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
You big beast.
Bring your chair.
Will do.
Because I can't even hear him, and I really wanted to hear what he
hard.
had to say there.
Can you hear me now?
I've actually heard we need to keep some of this stuff in because people find it entertaining.
What, all the
bullshit that we have to deal with connection over here. Ben, we kind of lost you, unfortunately. I really wanted your answer, and I don't know how choppy it's going to be. Can you verbatim remember exactly what you just said and try to repeat it?
All right. Repeat the question. We're having.
What happened? Just that difference, mostly the end where you kind of had a shit show. Everybody was fighting at practice. It just really wasn't a good camaraderie thing. And then you got into talking about losing to Brunswick.
Yeah.
So somewhere in there, you were talking about the difference between you and Alex coming in together and how much better that was.
Yeah, it just seemed like as soon as Alex got over here, everything as a team started to connect. Like,
Good.
Defensively, we started playing better. Like, there wasn't the fights at practice. There wasn't, people always saying that they're better than the coach. Like, everybody kind of just came together and was like, hey, if we're going to do this, we got to do it right. So then we went on this 5-game win streak to end the season and ended up 7-5 and luckily made the 2 spot. We sacrificed our souls to make it to the playoffs, but I mean, we made it. And then like just having those same guys come back for that second season was awesome. Just pretty much starting from where we left off at that point and continuing to go and continue to improve. And then miraculously, we won the South last year, which was awesome. I mean, it was first time since high school that we won something, like one conference or anything like that.
Yeah. So, Brad, I forget who we had on earlier this year, but they were talking about just the absolute benefit of continuity with having imports come back. You kind of skip that introduction period, that trying to adjust to the new team and the new system. And it definitely does help when you get to have some fluidity with the teams that you're going to. You know who you're dealing with. You know everybody's names. You kind of understand the system. Was Brogan there your guys' first year? Or was he your second year and third year? Or has he been there for 3 years?
He's been here the same.
Us 3
So man, that just speaks to how you guys are probably actually feel like a unit and not a group of mercenaries.
Yeah.
Like you guys do feel like an old school, like
and
high school.
I did say this
team.
to Brad after we played you guys. Like I felt you guys as a defense, like play as a unit. Like it was the first time this season where I felt like we're going against an actual put together team. I could tell you guys had just had good chemistry overall. Could tell you guys were playing as a unit. Guys are fired up, juicing each other up. It was honestly cool to see and good to feel the energy on the other side. Just see like what football is and kind of wanted a little taste of it while I was on the other side.
Yeah, you played Schwabish, by the way, Quigs. Did you not feel that with the old Unicorns?
Well, that was first. That was the first one. That was Razorbacks' third week.
Okay.
Well, Schwabish also played a bunch of backups. I had to deal with these guys twice already. And it's like I echo what Quiggs is saying, where it was nice to see it, but at the same time, it wasn't. Like I'd rather not see that,
Rather
just
be in it ourselves
on all the time.
But it was cool to see, and I could feel the energy and the chemistry and the camaraderie, and it was something that I bet you'd want to be a part of, and I can see why you kept on going back to it.
Yeah.
They did like an article on us, like the Razorback defense earlier this year, and talked about like how we are as a unit. Like we are always hanging out with each other. Like we're going over to their house, they're coming over to ours. We're like just always doing different things after the game's going out. Like it's just a complete brotherhood family. Like we're already
shows on the field.
Bi-week trip. Like it's just so fun.
Yeah.
Was Brogan involved in your guys' conversation to return, or was that more of a you two as a unit, having known each other for a little bit longer?
I think it's always just been him and I.
Yeah. I mean, like we live together. We've lived in the same apartment now for 2 years, but when we were at the import house, like we lived together as well. We're pretty much just like, let's do it again. It's too much fun to not do it, especially with like my brother who's right behind me. Like we always said we wanted to play together at some point. We kind of did in high school, but not really. He went to a different college. I went to a different one, and then finally got the opportunity out here. So it's kind of just too much fun to not say, yes, I'm going to come back.
Yeah.
Right.
And then go over there. Go ahead, Brad.
And continue on that. Something you said like stuck with me, and when we were doing the toss at the end of game, Ben, is that you said that there's 6 guys from Iowa on your team. I was trying to do the math on how does that work out? Wisconsin.
So it's us 2 are like the A's. We have a dual passport safety who's from Wisconsin,
14, Joe,
number 14.
Okay.
And then we got Aiden, who's like our tight end, running back, number 19. He's from Wisconsin. Him and his brother, Will, number 80, are both dual passport from Luxembourg. So like we're all like an hour and a half away from each other.
And then Jack.
And then
wow.
And then
they have a third brother, Jack.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Berg dual passports.
Yeah.
That's bananas.
Such a small world.
Yeah.
We got to have this golf outing that we're talking about in Iowa now, Brad.
Yeah.
And then AJ is from Chicago, so in the off season, like we went to Chicago and like can hook up
That's
with
awesome.
him too. Yeah.
So yeah, like most teams might have like 4 Americans max, and then you guys have 7. That's
you guys
crazy.
have just everyone from the cheese state.
Yeah.
Is that like we already went over? You've been in the same spot for 3 years, but is there some extra knowing that you guys are all from the same locale that when you're getting together, you're like, all right, this is an import I already know. Obviously you two, but all right, we're going to be good with these guys because we grew up in a similar way. Because there's times like I'm from upstate New York, right? So I'm going to be a lot different from I played with a guy that was from Compton. 2 very different places, and that's we're boys and everything. But when you first meet each other, there's that like feeling out process. For you guys, was that just kind of seamless where you're just like, all right, which Culvers do you guys go to? Is it similar to the one we go to? Like, are you guys, was it just kind of
Cheeseburgers or
seamless in
fries?
that?
Yeah, I think it was like our safety number 14. Yeah, Choate, we call him. He got here last year, and I mean, he played a game, and then right after the game, we're like, hey, we're taking a trip somewhere. Do you want to come with? We knew the kid for maybe 3 days, and he was like,
Right.
yeah, let's do it. Like, just Wisconsin kid, like down for anything. And it was just super easy to like get to know him and just fun. Like, I don't know. There's always just like the Midwest connection, I think. Like just easy going, nice and polite, and just kind of funny to be around.
Yeah.
How is
That's awesome.
number 11 on your team has been over there for a long time. Does he count as an A import, or is it just Brogan and number 1
No,
on the opposite
Max,
side?
he's been around the league a lot. He's been on several different teams, but
He's played a Euro Bowl. Like he was
Yeah,
back
he's
when
been-
the Euro Bowl was going.
yeah, he's got a pretty great career. But yeah, he's got a wife and kid, and he just lives in Ravensburg, so it's nice to have him.
Is it nice having somebody who's kind of seen the whole thing, or is there's 2 different types of vets that I've met, and I've met both, and they're both a very valuable piece. Is he like the face of Ravensburg since he's been there for a really long time, or is he more of just a background kind of, hey, this is what successful teams have done in the past in Europe. Let me just insert myself where I can. Is he more in the face and at the front of the thing, or is he a background kind of leader? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I personally, I think he's like in the face. Like, I mean, you go to games, especially like home games, and when his name is called out, like that's the loudest the whole stands will get. I mean, he's been here for so long. Kids come up to him after the games and they want his autograph. They want to take pictures with him. He's the guy here. He's just been here for that long. But I mean, at the same time, he's always the guy hyping us up before practice, doing the breakdowns. Like, he's always that guy. He's definitely full of energy. I mean, I think he's 34 now, but he's always full of energy and ready to go and like definitely pushing us. He's got that spark still, which is fun.
yeah, it's been really cool to just look into Ravensburg, because what I knew about them, I was with Kalana Broncos in Switzerland, and we did as almost a preseason game against the Seaman Milano down in Italy. We also had one lined up against the Razorbacks, and at that time, I believe they were a GFL2 team. So my perception completely shifted this year. Just because I'm having to pay more attention now that we've started exported athletes, and one of my really good friends, Quigley, is over there. It's just been really cool to see how, GFL2 team, and I know that any team around the GFL is going to be pretty solid, but I've gotten to see the Razorbacks grow in such a short period of time. And it's just really cool learning about the different pieces you have on your team, and it's starting to make a whole lot of fucking sense. Like, you guys all know each other, you guys are very well glued together, and then you've got players who have been over there for years who can kind of guide you younger guys the way. How was that for you, Alex, when you came over, knowing that you had been there? Because that's a scary thing, like going over there for the first time. For you, was that just like an instant, yeah, sure, like we'll figure it out? Or did you still have some reservations that first time you went to go meet Ben over in South Germany?
No, so like
He's
I said,
like, no, I was.
yeah, I've known him for so long, and I'd stayed in touch. I'd watched a couple of his games before that, and so the thought of playing football again will excite anybody. So as soon as Coach Gilly called me and was like, "Hey, you want to come?" I was like, "For sure, I'll be on the next flight over." So
Yeah,
it was never a second thought.
Ben, was there any other?
Play was fun.
Yeah. Was there any other teams that you guys looked at either prior to Ben's first season or after you guys finished your first season in Ravensburg, or was it always, we're going to go right back to the Razorbacks?
I mean, for me, after we played Munich, the final game, my first season, I had to spend, I think it was 4 or 5 days in the hospital for my leg because they were worried about compartment syndrome and having to cut it open and do that whole deal. So Frank, the president of the team, and the coaches and everybody came in and was always checking on me and stuff like that. So at that time, I was like, if I get the opportunity to, I'm definitely going to come back here. I don't feel like very often the owner or like the president of the team, the head coach, they're not only did they come, they came like every day and they were just there checking on me, hanging out and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, I'm definitely going to come back here and play again for another season. And I think it was a great choice. They just, like, we call them our parents out here. I call my German mom and German dad. Frank and Alex are just awesome. Any questions, they'll answer it and they'll do it for you.
That's such an
That's awesome.
underrated resource to have over there, because a lot of GMs and a lot of owners and people who are higher up in the organization are all about kind of shaking hands, and sponsorships are a really big piece of the GFL. It's just cool to see them not down to earth, but investing in the right spots would be the best thing to say. The relationship with your players is probably the number one place that you need to be shaking hands.
Yeah.
And you don't always get that. I know you guys have only been in one club, but you guys are kind of lucky with that situation, just so you guys know.
Yeah. No, and Coach Gilly, like Coach Gilly is like my grandpa. I love that dude. His wife,
it's a whole family over there. It's just a bunch of Wisconsin cousins.
How much more we can hone that in, but it's a big family and it's fun.
Like our first 2 years out here, pretty much every Wednesday we'd go over to Coach Gilly's place and have a barbecue. Like all the imports would go over there and he would buy all the meat, he'd buy everything for it, and we'd just go over there and he would grill for us, and I mean, we'd just shoot the shit and he would love it. Like,
yeah,
that's awesome.
It just felt like you were with your brothers and grandpa was cooking the meal for everybody. Like, I mean, yeah, he charred a few burgers too far. You still got to eat them, so otherwise your playing time might go away.
Well, let's get into your guys' season just a little bit. Ben, I'm going to start with you. You're kind of in a little bit of a sack race with Kyle Kitchens this year, which is really cool to see players like that coming back to the GFL. I don't know how many episodes you guys have listened to, but especially Brad and I, we get big on our soapbox about get rid of all these leagues that are just kind of all for show and let these guys come back to these domestic leagues, and let's start building that up before we get too crazy with anything. How much do you pay attention to that sack race week to week, or are you, because I don't know, you strike me as a psycho who just loves football and you just want to go play football. How much do you pay attention to the sack race, and where does that stand right now? I believe that you guys are about neck and neck.
Yeah, he's at 13 now after their last game against Dresden. He had 1, so he's 2 ahead of me. I mean, I will say I pay attention to it more than I like to, for sure. I mean, it definitely, I feel like my teammates, like other teammates, pay attention to it more than I do. But, like, I don't know. It's great to have that type of competition and back in the league. Like, just seeing him throughout, like, the ELF and dominate those leagues, win Defensive Player of the Year multiple times, like, that's awesome that he's back here, and to be in the same conversation as him, as, like, in the sack race is really cool to hear and really cool to see. So I think it's just cool. Like,
yeah,
I hope
100%.
at the end of it, I come out on top, but I mean, he's a great ball player, so you never know what will happen.
And then kind of the second part of my question is, okay, so he does pay attention, but I still think he's a little bit psychotic, just so you guys know. How does it feel to have your boy Alex behind you? So, like, you get to go and wreak havoc, but you're also probably feeling very confident that you've got somebody to take care of it on the back end, with Alex being, I think you led the league in tackles a year ago. You're top 5 right now, Alex. Ben, how is that run through your mind as a defensive end? Like, hey, I can maybe go and try and get this because I know I'm going to get taken care of on the back end.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I'd say at least half of my sacks are just because of me being a little reckless and just because I know I have that safety net behind me. If the quarterback rolls out or if I do something stupid and the quarterback is able to dump it off, I got 8 behind me that's probably going to make the tackle. If he's not going to make the tackle, he's definitely going to hit the guy and somebody else is going to make the tackle. It's just nice to know that he's always back there and he's going to do something. Like sometimes I'll be like held up in the run game and I'll just see 8 just come in, fly through. He hops right back up, fixes his helmet, and he's like, let's do it again. And I'm just like, all right, this is awesome. Like, it's nice to know that got somebody back there that is willing to just stick his head anywhere and do it for 100 miles an hour for 60 to 100 plays, whatever we got to do.
I can attest to that. We got our fair bouts our last couple games. Every rep was earned, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like
what was that?
On the flip for you, Alex, like knowing that you have been up front wreaking havoc, that gives you the opportunity to kind of play a little, like also looser and like a little bit more of a crazy person trying to jump some routes or trying to be in places that typically you wouldn't be, knowing that maybe if the guys could be up front. What's it like having that guy up there and being like, all right, I know the right side. I'm good. Dude, he's going to take care of 2 blockers at least. I can shoot a B gap or I can try to jump this quick route that the quarterback thinks is there.
Yeah, I mean, half of it is just trying to get to 3rd and long. Like, if we can get to 3rd and long, like, we're
let him
eating
go.
in the back half. Like, I know Ben has a ton of sacks, but Elio, Luca, like, we have a lot of dudes that can get after the quarterback. And so
defense is gross.
we get to 3rd and long.
I know.
I love it. So that's
what was that like for Brad and Quiggs? Talking to you two, prepping for the Razorbacks. I know I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers, but
no, it was funny.
Is it looking at 9 and 8, or are they truly?
Well, your
like
first week, you're looking at
defense?
it. Like the first week, like I knew Ben and I knew Alex were on the team the previous year, so I'm like, all right, 9 and 8, got to be cognizant of these guys. And then you get out there and you've put so much effort into the game plan for 8 and 9, then you forget 7's a beast, 71's a beast. Then you just keep looking around. The whole D line is just collapsing, like just an absolute rock slide every play, and you're just like feel swarmed. And it's like, well, shit, all right. So the next time we go and play him, and I talked to Ben before the game, I was like, are you just going to hang out today or what? And he's like, you got to give me 1 sack at least. You got to give me something. So if still my focus is on 9 and 8. And of course, I'm paying attention where those two are, but it's really hard to do that when they have 3 or 4 guys and they can roll them through too. Like it's not just 4 guys up front. So suddenly there's like 3 or 4 different ones. And you're like, all right, well, let's see if there's any reprieve. Nope, there's no reprieve. They're coming at all costs. And again, when you have guys like these two that you have to account for, you could double 9, but now there's 3 other guys that are soloed up, and it's like, all right, well, I guess it's gonna be a long day. And both are pretty darn long for me.
Yeah. I know you're not in the trenches every play, but you're kind of all over the place. Are we trying to throw away from 8?
Well, so we're definitely trying to run away from 9. Outside zone, the 9 was never a good idea. But I kind of knew what I was going to be getting out of 8. I figured you were going to be matched up over the slot over me pretty much majority of the game. So I think it was good to get away from you. That's why I went outside to get away from you, which was nice. And not saying that your corners are weak or anything. I would say the talent you guys have is pretty strong as overseas corner gets.
Yep.
But obviously we like that matchup a lot more than going against 8 or 9. So yeah, it was definitely more of trying to go away from 8 or 9, not where is 8 or 9.
Yeah. Fun games, fun times.
Yeah. Sorry to bring up old things. I feel like I'm always poking open wounds for Brad.
I know. I'm a pin cushion. I'm just getting needled all the time. This is year 3, right? You guys know the objective. You got a good quarterback. Your offense is pretty solid. You got everything together, right? The South is obviously always the goal, I think, when you're first coming out, especially last year, finishing where you were. You know, Fortsime's going to be good. Svebishal is going to be better this year because of all the uptick. When you're coming back over, is it like you, Gilly, all you guys are just like, hey, we're going to win the South, and then let's go make noise in the playoffs? And then as you get into the season, obviously you're rolling right off the clip, I would say. I mean, you got to swamp us week 2 and then just keep kind of going through. Has the goal ever changed, or have you guys been able to stay pretty even-keeled as a team and as a couple of imports who have been here before? It's like, hey, let's just stay on target. Let's just stay getting in the playoffs. Let's get to our spot, and then let's go make noise.
I mean, at the start of the season, it was awesome. Like, we started out great, started running the table, and it was fun. And we had little hiccups with, Fortsime and then Potsdam. So then, like, we had a little sit down as a team because things didn't seem the way they were last year. So we had to sit down with the players for a while, kind of got everything out of our chests, had the coaches come in, kind of talked over everything. And really, ever since then, it's been back to smooth sailing. I think we almost expected too much, like we're kind of going to walk through a little bit. And then when we got hit in the mouth twice, we were like, oh shit, like, all right, teams got better. We got to be better. Like, we can't just walk through. So we had that talk, and ever since then, it just seems like it's the Razorbacks that were last year. We're back to where we were, and we're back to doing what we do really good. And it's getting turnovers on defense, putting pressure on the quarterbacks. It's scoring a lot of points on the offense, and just putting pressure on teams, like making them make the mistakes.
So you guys have been building for the last 2 years, made playoffs the first time in your franchise history, then returned. What does the next step look like for you guys this year? What makes this season continue of the positive trajectory you guys are on?
I would say the only thing that we all came back for is to win the German Bowl. So, like, obviously we're not going to win the South. Schwäbisch Hall already has that, but like, we just have to be the best version of ourselves come playoff times. Starts with getting that 2 seed so we can get a home playoff game. But yeah, it really just comes down to figuring out exactly how we can be the best version of ourselves to go win it all.
Yeah. And as you guys know, playoffs at the end of the season is all about momentum. How have you guys feel like you're building that right now?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we've definitely been riding high, like definitely been doing good. Like defensively, we've been playing pretty well. We've been holding teams to under 21 points. Offense has been, doing their thing, putting up 50, 60 points, 35 against Munich, which is awesome. Like, we've just continued to improve, I feel like, each week. I feel like defensively, nobody's really standing out. Like, the past 3 weeks, nobody's really stood out. I think that's just a testament to the defense as a whole. Like, everybody's just doing their part, and there's no need for one person or 2 people to have 10 tackles and 2 picks. Like, everybody's doing their thing, and I think that's the best way a defense plays.
And that's football.
Yeah, agreed. How does this look right now? I've got 4 people who are dead smack in the GFL. What does the projected lineup look like for the playoffs? I know we've got Dresden, who's going to take the North, more than likely. Schwäbisch locked up the South. Is it a 6 team where the number one seed gets a bye?
Yep.
Okay.
No,
there's no bye. It's 1 and
just
4
4 now?
1 and 4 on each side. It's 4 and 4 North.
Yeah.
It's
So
8 teams.
8 teams.
So
Oh,
1
okay.
plays
Four of each.
4, 2 plays 3.
Okay.
So
I was
right now,
just curious.
it's looking like
Hildesheim.
as long as things go as planned, and then we go up to Dresden to play.
Yeah. Battle of the Defensive Players of the Year. That'll be fun to watch.
That Lattimore guy from Schwäbisch Hall, though,
My bad. I forgot about that dude
Big
having
stud.
like 7 touchdowns as a DB.
Yeah.
he's
I didn't
balling.
give him one ball all day. Wherever he was,
I'm not
I would
even
take.
getting
I'd
you-
rather
I'm
take
not
a
even giving
sack.
you
I
a
wouldn't
shot.
even look at him. I'm not being part of that. Just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's bad enough handing Ben one on the tip ball and then having him sack me 1.5 times in that first game. So I was like, you know what? To be fair, if I knew that race was really that close, I might have, let you get me one. But I didn't realize it was.
I told you it was
Kyle,
that close.
but Kyle did get. I think Kyle got me 1.5 as well. So I gave you both the same number. So I'm not. I played no favorites. Nobody outshined against me in that one.
Well, we'll get back to the GFL, and we're not trying to like pick you guys apart and throw all of your guys' game plans and where your mindset is all over before you guys get into the playoffs. But we probably will get back into that. What I wanted to ask is, because you guys opened up talking about the camaraderie between the team and just always hanging out, always got something to do after every game. What have you guys been doing in Southern Germany? Talk to people about what it's like living in Ravensburg and what you guys get into before and after games. Have you guys been able to travel together over your 2.5 years of escapades? Just talk a little bit about what you guys get to do off the field, because that's, when you go overseas, it's about equally as important.
Yeah. Like Lake Constance is, a 15-minute drive for us. So we found
Nice.
this place that has a big grass field and has a spot where the ferry comes in. So we go there pretty much every day. We have free during game weeks and go jump in, learn how to do some backflips, some gainers, and play soccer and just like hang out there on days.
Yeah, a lot of flipping.
Yeah,
lot of flips.
But like other than that, like we've taken a lot of trips together. Like what was it? Our last bye week, I took a trip with Brogan, Aiden, and our Australian running back. We just drove to Prague for like 3 days. Last year, I think all the imports, besides maybe 2, we went to Malta just for like a week and just had a time. So like
went to Albania this year.
Yeah, went to Albania.
We pretty much
let's do something. Give me your top 5 places that you guys have gone. Whether let's go together. Let's go top 5 together.
Okay. I would say Tropea.
Tropea
is down South Italy. That was awesome. Italy.
Wow.
One of our buddies, the Italian corner, he's got a really cool cabin up in the Dolomites. So
no, he doesn't.
We took a trip up there. We took a trip to the Lake Como area. That was probably
Beautiful.
number 3.
Did you go to Lugano, by the way? A lot of people go to Como and don't go to Lugano.
We drove past it, but I don't think we went, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. We stayed at like a lake nearby Como and then just drove to Lake Como like twice or something like that.
I loved Albania. Albania is really beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a new one that a lot of people don't dip their toes in. How was that?
It was really cool. I think you can make a complete trip out of like beach part of it and then the mountain part of it. But no, that's a beautiful place. Yeah. They serve a bunch of meat instead of like most Europe. Like you get to eat good food.
Yeah. Like
that was nice.
On their menu, it'll literally just say like a kilo of lamb chop, a kilo of chicken. And you just get that. You get pita bread and you get some tzatziki and that's dinner.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a football
That's an athlete's dream.
Yeah. It was awesome.
But it's cheap.
Yeah.
All right, I think you owe me 2 more. 2 more. It could be in Germany. You guys live in like one of the best places.
Yeah.
To travel because you guys are pretty much close to everything.
Yeah.
But you guys, I mean, they're around Bavaria, aren't they? They're a little bit more north.
They're west still.
What?
Mallorca. That's
number 1.
That's number 1
by far.
That's got our hearts.
Yeah.
Where in did you guys go? Just Palma?
Cala d'Or. It's like the southeast part, I think.
It's awesome. If you've never been, go.
It's awesome.
Bring the sunglasses.
A lot of nude beaches over there.
Bring your sunglasses.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Quigs got to live over there for a season. He played for the Mallorca Vultures. Quigs, I'm sure
that was my
he
first
had 19 pairs of sunglasses before he left.
Yeah. You need all of them.
Ray-Ban stock went up big.
Polarized, yeah.
It's an amazing place.
Yeah, Quigs, you had a good time.
Alicante, Spain this offseason with a bunch of
it was probably a little bit different than when you guys probably went over the summer, right? I lived over there during the winter.
Dude.
You said Alicante, Alex? Oh, sorry.
Did you make it over the Magaluf?
Shut the fuck up.
Did what?
Did you make it over the Magaluf on Mallorca?
No. We just hung out in that little spot.
That's fair.
Cliff jumped and went to our 3 favorite places, but
don't need much.
Yeah. It was simple.
Just some sightseeing. That's all it was.
Yeah. We went for the culture. At least.
That's awesome.
You said you went to where in Spain? Alicante?
Alicante, yeah.
One of our teammates, he's got a place in Alicante. So we all went down there and just hung out and spent, I think it was like 9 days. Right after the first game of Saarland, we stayed up for 24 hours, hopped right on the plane, like drove back from Saarland, stayed up, drove to Memmingen, hopped on the plane, no sleep. It was a time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a story.
Imagine having teammates who have spots in a really beautiful spot in Spain and in the Dolomites.
In the Dolomites? Come on.
Yeah, that's been awesome.
You're not beating that. That's a great experience.
Yeah. You went there too, Quigs, didn't you?
I mean, I've driven through, but I didn't stay in the Dolomites.
Oh, yeah.
I've flown over a couple times. Yeah.
You gotta watch the sun go up and down.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. We did you guys see the meteor shower the other day with the solar eclipse same day? Did you guys see any sick meteors that night? We had some very good ones.
There was one big one that like lit up the sky for a while.
And the line stayed for a second. It was like blue and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sick.
I was pretty envious. I was in Florida and I was in the only pocket because that's where my job site is. But I was in the only pocket with cloud coverage, so all I could see was like the small lines. And then I'm looking at videos from Spain and Europe, and it looked pretty spectacular over there.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
I'm a big fan of all that kind of stuff and the meteors.
Yeah.
I love how you say meteors, Quigs. Meteors.
Yeah, there's plural. There's plenty of them.
Meteors.
Yeah, whatever. Tomato.
That's right.
I love food, fellas. We love talking to people about what you guys have gotten to experience. And you said you went to Albania and, everywhere, I guess. Talk to me a little bit about a couple of the meals that you got to get and some of these spots that you guys went to, because I really do miss it over there. I miss that food.
Yeah. Well, there's this like pizza place in the city we live in Tetnan that the owner's from Sicily. And like it is by far my favorite, like our favorite pizza place we've ever been to. Like the guy doesn't speak a lick of English, but every time we come in there, he just gives us a big hey and then always sits down. Like we just love that place. They closed down for a little bit and we sent them a message on Instagram wondering when they would open up again because we missed it that bad. Yeah. Where else?
What'd y'all get in Prague this weekend? They have a lot of good sweets and treats up there.
A lot of beer
and treats
and absinthe shots. That was about it.
Absinthe.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
That is straight.
It was.
Did you guys go to the Space Club?
We went to like 2 or 3 different other clubs. We went to like Epic or something like that. Like we went to some
Epic. Yep.
Yeah. Before every night we went out, we would take a shot of absinthe and then chase it with a shot of Jaeger, and we called that cruising altitude because it got us right to that perfect
cruising altitude.
Yeah.
Savage.
You guys need to hang out with these guys.
The beer is cheaper than water in Czech.
It was awesome.
Damn.
I spent my time there, so I know how that goes. But yeah, absinthe is something else. You guys are on a whole different wavelength. You bunch of kids. I'll give you that.
I think they got a couple of years,
so it's a little different.
Yeah.
To try to get back on like a little bit of football before we get off here. I don't want to stir it all up and point it right back at myself, but for both, I'll give you each get one here. But Ben, favorite quarterback to sack in your 3 years here? Who was the one guy you're like, I want to get him real bad, and then when you got him, you're like, oh fuck yeah.
Xavier Bullock.
Okay.
He was, the first game we played, he put up 50 on us, and I had 1 sack against him, but I was just pissed. I was like, I haven't been 50 burged ever. So I was like, I want to have a good game against him. And I think every year since then we played him, I had at least 1 against him. So that was probably the one quarterback that I was like, I got to sack him. I got to at least get 1 every game. And we were good buds too. Like we would message all the time and stuff like that. But every time I was like, I need at least 1 sack.
Especially those guys that can move around a lot. It's like it takes a little bit extra because you're not getting a statue like me where you're like, all right, I can just wait for him to get to 3 steps and I'm going to be free to him. But that guy, he can move around. So, and then like Alex, for you, like, because you're covering guys, you're filling gaps, you're doing all that stuff. Is there like a running back that you were like, when I met that guy in the hole, that felt pretty damn good? Or was there a guy where like I was glued to him, he didn't get a ball all game? You could pick both, one or the other, but was there a guy that just stood out to you that you were stoked about going?
I'll say Joshua Youngblood from this year. That dude is
He's
fucking
unreal.
He's a stud.
He's a beast.
I don't think I could hit him in a phone booth. Like, so fucking fast.
And elusive. And he runs angry too.
Yeah, dude. He's strong as hell, fast as hell. Like, he's a great player.
Yeah, we saw him this weekend. I was honestly surprised by how small he was. He runs much bigger than he looks in person.
And we saw him warming up week 1. We're like, who the fuck is this guy? And then going down real quick.
Yeah. He's definitely a guy you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Xavier Bullock up and left for the X League, did that catch you guys by surprise as well?
Not really. I was like talking to him beforehand, and he told me like before his last game, probably like a week before, he was like, yeah, this is my last game. I'm going to Japan. And I was like, hey, good for you. Like,
go get your bag, dude.
Yeah. go get that bag and go have fun. Like, it's a dream to go over there and play.
A little bit change of pace from Germany.
Yeah.
Little bit. Yeah, it was really cool having Aaron Ellis on last time. He gave us some really good insight to the X League and some good advice to Xavier. And I talk to these two pretty much every day. I was just curious if you guys were surprised, if you knew anything, because I know imports talk, and it sounds like you knew. And you got him on the ground, which was your number one quarterback you wanted to get on the ground.
Yeah. I'd still love to sack him maybe once or twice more, but, he's a
Tell him
little
to
bit
come
far.
back.
Never enough. Never enough.
Brad
I'll
and
take
Quiggs,
my 1.5 and exit from that conversation. Thanks, though.
do you guys have anything else on GFL? We're going to move into our last two segments and get these guys to their practice. They've got big things that they got to get ready for.
No.
And they're not
No,
short
good on
segments
my
either,
end.
but I can fly through them. But
Not pulling for you guys, obviously. Some of the better guys I've met and playing against team. I like those kind of teams that have like the 3-year guys keep coming back and build that momentum and go up against the behemoths with all the bread in their basket. If you know what I'm saying. Where I know how it is down here in the South. So that's all I got for the GFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a couple years in progress for you guys. I'm excited to see how it shapes out for y'all.
yeah, go make a run. We'll move on to our last two. This is a new segment just because I have two of you. And are you guys, what NFL team are we rooting for as Alex and Ben?
Go Pack, go.
Till the day we die.
Okay, I
Fair
figured.
enough.
Any other answer would have been sacrilegious. So we would have had to end the call right there.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what we're going to do, though, gentlemen, is I'm going to go game by game, and you guys are going to talk to me about what our record is at the end of the year. You guys ready?
17 an hour, right?
And I'm going to clip this, and we're gonna grade it at the end of the year to see how honest you guys are. All right, here we go. We open up week 1 at the Vikings.
That's a dub. They're not
They're
ready.
fine,
Tyler's not ready for us.
Yep.
We're bringing that experienced group together, and they've got new guys in town, so we're going to use the Razorback method.
Yeah,
and
that
catch 'em.
that Kyler JJ thing has been interesting to watch on the offseason. I don't imagine that ends well. Speaking of things that I don't think ends well for anybody, you guys go to the Jets. I'm going to mark that as a win.
Mark. Next question.
No problem.
Falcons coming into town, coming into Lambeau.
That's a dub. Penix ain't got shit on us.
What day is that? A Monday night game? It depends. If it's like a Thursday night game, I could see Packers
It's
losing.
on Prime, so I think it's Thursday.
Oh, you guys are screwed.
Dijon on a short week.
Yeah.
We'll take the Packers.
Falcons.
You guys got to go.
Yeah.
You guys got a following week taking it to Tampa, to the Bucks.
No Mike Evans, so
That one's a tough
You got
one, but
Ibuka.
that's true.
There's talks that he might
I'll
have
let
turf
you
toe
answer.
right now.
We'll go every other.
I'll give us the L on that one.
Okay.
We
That's a
can't go
fair.
with 17 and 0.
Damn.
I would say we would win, but at some point we got to throw in a loss.
And I'm sure it won't be this next week as you've got the Bears coming into Lambeau.
Yep, give us that W, and you can tag Max in this one. That's one of our coaches. He's a Bear fan.
Max.
Oof.
Okay.
Suck it.
Could be the Indiana Bears here soon.
Yeah, Hammond Bears.
Get behind that.
Cowboys come in the next week, week 6.
They just got Von, though. The Cowboys just got Von Miller, my favorite pass rusher of all time. But I don't think he's going to get a sack against Jordan Love, so we'll take another win.
No, man.
On a roll.
Okay, you guys got to go to Detroit. You guys have a tough schedule.
Yeah.
You got to go to the Lions.
We'll give the Lions this one. Just at their place. We'll split it.
Okay, you got the Panthers coming into town. Bryce Young and the boys.
That's another one. Another
That's
win.
easy. I won't even let you elaborate on that. You go to Foxborough. No, Gillette Stadium.
No.
Which one did the
Gillette.
Patriots play at? Gillette. Thank you.
Gillette, yeah.
You got to go to the Patriots.
Yeah,
Which is in Foxborough.
we'll chalk up a W there. Hard fought one, but Drake made not this year.
Rematch at
Receiver
home
room.
versus the Vikings. Week 10.
Home game, that's a win.
Bring out the brooms, the sweep.
Yeah. You got to bye week 11, and then you got to travel to the LA Rams.
Oof. We'll give the Rams.
More Jordan Love.
Yeah.
We might sit him that week.
Yeah.
There's a good chance. Might have Aaron by then.
Is that an L or a dub?
That's an L, yeah. They can have this one. We'll get them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. Traveling to New Orleans the following week.
Easy dub.
Yeah, that's another win.
You got the Bills at home on December 13th.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a tough schedule.
Yeah, we're going to take that
Jeez.
one, though. Josh Allen. Yeah, we're going to take that one.
You guys are awesome. You got the Dolphins coming into Lambeau.
In December or January?
In December 20th. It's going to be
Doesn't
cold.
matter.
That's a win.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
I'm
handle
with you there.
I'm a Dolphins fan. It doesn't matter if it's September to January next year. You'll get that
I
one.
hope Malik Willis balls out for you guys, though.
Yeah.
I would love it, but there's nobody else. All our money's still in that bum-ass lefty who's in Atlanta.
Yeah. Sitting the bench behind Penix. You've got to go to Hammond, Indiana, the Chicago Bears. No, they're still playing Soldier. You got to go to Chicago.
That's a win. We're not losing to the Bears this year. They've talked too much shit.
Especially not in Indiana.
What's wrong with Indiana?
Yeah, the hell?
The hell?
The Indiana
we
slander, two
do?
of them on the pod. That's great.
I know, unbelievable. We're supposed to be together, us Midwesterners, and I'm feeling a little
Yeah.
strife. This is a
I mean,
shot.
As long as you're not a Bears fan, that's fine.
Nah, Colts.
Good.
No, Colts all the way
Colts.
through. Until they moved to Indiana.
Okay.
His
Texans coming
Clark,
into town.
coach's brother.
You said what?
Clark, his brother was one of my coaches at Dubuque.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Did you get
so
to
I've
meet
met-
Dallas?
Yeah, I've met Dallas Clark multiple times, but
That's
his
sick.
brother was a coach at Dubuque for a long time. So
That's pretty
Wow.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
quick story on this. This is my wife's. She got this when she was a little girl, and her brother was like the biggest Dallas Clark fan of all time. So he's like flashing his football, praying that he signs it. And then he just goes like right past him and grabs my wife's jersey and signs it right in front of her. Made her cry. But that's where that jersey came from. Shout out my wife for the extra decor in the background. You guys
awesome.
have the week 17, so 2 games left in the year. Texans coming into Lambeau.
Is this me? All right, we'll take an L there.
Wow.
That's a good defense.
Daniel Hunter might eat.
Yeah, Will Anderson.
And
Defense is absurd.
Yeah.
It is dumb. Poor Riley Leonard or AR5 has to see them twice this year because Daniel Jones is not going to make it through the year. Last week, Lions come into Lambeau to finish out the year.
finish on the high note with a win going into the playoffs.
That's a tough schedule.
That is
brutal.
Yeah, he
Built
still
some
got him.
grit.
They still got him at 13-4.
Like
Number
Coach
one-
Deets say, a lot of grit equity will be built throughout that season for him.
Yes,
A lot of
correct.
grit in the bank.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first from Alex and Ben. Packers are going 13-4 this year. That'll have to be the number 1 seed in the NFC. So we'll see. This is going to get
We will
posted.
tell 'em.
Put a parlay down right now.
Yeah, you can't do that overseas,
Double
man.
down on it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Unfortunate.
One thing, we're trying to do like more segments. I know we love telling the story of like you guys overseas, but I think you guys have done a really good job just having good conversations. A lot of guys get on here and it's a little timid and we got to poke them to warm them up a little bit. But you guys have done unbelievable. One thing that we do, us three, me, Brad, Quiggs, is called Yap Yards. And that's just when we talk. If you guys want to, I want to kind of do this segment. All it is, you pick either run or pass. Run questions are a little bit simpler, shorter answers. Pass plays are a little bit more in-depth where you guys can kind of elaborate and get more articulate with your answer. If you guys want to do it, I've got some questions lined up, and I'll let you guys have at it.
Let's roll.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Ben, you're up front, so we'll start you first. You're the first to the ball. Run play or pass play?
Let's start
What
run
are you calling
play.
on first down?
Start run.
Got to set up a
Okay.
good second.
Classic Wisconsin. Just run the ball.
Yeah, just tote it. I formation power. Buck sweep right. Let's see. Okay, so you're in the GFL. We'll make this a GFL question. Which team in the GFL has the best social media presence right now that makes them look the best? You've been there for 3 years.
I would
So
say
you
the
got a little bit of-
3 teams that probably come to mind are probably the top 3. That'd be like Dresden, Potsdam, and Unicorns.
Yeah.
Like, I think Hildesheim is getting up there now too with their like media and stuff like that, but I definitely think Unicorns by far have the best. Like, they're always posting stuff, they're always doing something, and I think that's a big reason why they're such a big football town. Like, I mean, the media can go throughout the world, so people are going to see that, and it's just going to keep bringing people in to be fans of the Unicorns.
Yeah, we've actually talked about that. It's almost a game outside of the game. How do you guys feel? I mean, you guys have been over there for several years. How much do you think that plays a part in showing the level of that club? Do you think there's a correlation between your social media presence kind of mirrors your performance on the field? And from your guys' perspective, should that be a point of emphasis for clubs going forward in such a media-based world that we need to get those social media platforms up and going? Because there is a huge discrepancy between who does it well and who does it absolutely, they might as well not even do it. As an import, do you think that that is something that's important for clubs to start really investing their time into if they have not already?
I think if you're trying to get the best imports and get new guys, like, I think it's huge. Like, I know when I was looking for teams, I'd find them on Europlayers, I'd send them a message, but then I'd look at their Instagram. And like, well, their Instagram looks like shit. They're probably not a great team. That's how a lot of times I feel like it's looked at through. And I feel like that's one thing we've definitely tried to push here is like, let's try to step up the media game. Like, our first year out here, the media was non-existent. And then last year it started to become a little bit more of a thing. And then this year it's a little bit more, but I think for like drawing attention, not only from players, but like people from back home, you're posting reels on your story. So then all your friends see it. They're going to follow that team because you're on the team. Like, it just grows and grows. And I think that's one thing that a lot of teams, if they're not that good right now, if they invest a little bit more money into it, they could become really good because some player that's interested in being all over media is going to be like, I want to go there because they're going to take videos of me. They're going to take a lot of pictures. I'm going to look good. I might go somewhere bigger after that.
It can only help.
Good answer. All right, Alex, you're up, buddy. Run or pass?
Yeah, I'll take a run.
He wants to
Second.
run.
I'm playing it safe.
Let's see. Okay, so you came in a little bit late, and you probably had talked to Ben before you went over to Germany, kind of. I mean, I'm sure you asked like some generic questions of what it's like living over there in Germany. What was the funniest culture shock you had when you finally arrived, or the thing that you had to adjust to the most?
I would say getting a dooner. Like, when we lived in Altshausen, these guys religiously were going over there and getting dooners. And I'm not a guy who really eats out ever. And so I just had to kind of join that. And then, yeah, I think the amount of times that guys eat out, I would say, is a culture thing.
The doner kebabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are so money,
Huge
dude.
in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
So good.
great. But
All right, good
Yeah,
answer.
that's fine.
We are big fans of those on this show, by the way.
yeah.
Ben, back to you. You got one more question apiece, then I'm gonna let you guys get out of here.
I'll go pass. Go for the
Yeah.
deep shot.
There we go.
Okay. All right, Ben, you've been here for 3 years. This is a fair question to ask. If you got to be in charge of the GFL for 1 year and you could change, what would be the first thing that you would change about the league? Well, that could be rules, that could be conference alignment, that could be playoff, that could be literally anything. What's the number one thing you're changing in the GFL?
Can I pick 2?
Yeah. Dude,
All right.
rip.
I would say number 1 would be like reffing, in my opinion. Hot
Brad.
take.
If that wasn't your first answer, I was gonna be so disappointed in you, bro.
I'd say reffing, whether that be like how there are American imports over here, bring over American refs and have them like teach and be like the head ref for the games, so that like different reffing crews have an American as the head, or like there's a conference every year or something like that that kind of teaches them how to go about it, what's a holding, but just something
Some
to
basics.
make it more like, I don't want to say fair, but so the calls actually like are the same week to week. Like, I don't know, last week I wanted a holding call, but the ref told me no because I wasn't close to the quarterback, or the quarterback was rolling away, so the ref won't throw a flag. So it's just like stuff like that would be nice. And then the second thing would just be money. Like let there be like a salary cap type deal where all the teams pool money together, and then they all split it up evenly. So all teams have the same, 500,000 or whatever to spend on players, everything like that. Because I mean, Dresden, Potsdam, the Unicorns, they have unlimited funds. And then you go to some South teams and you're scraping by. So it's like, it'd be a good discrepancy. Like there's a big discrepancy. So it'd be nice to definitely shrink that up somehow, some way.
That would just be interesting to see. I think that would definitely be a fun, I don't want to call it experiment, but sponsors are huge over in Europe. They're all over everybody's jerseys. And it's such just a big part of how clubs are ran over there. It would be interesting to see a level playing field and how you can go about that.
Yeah.
Without completely upturning the league.
I think it wouldn't be as much about like, all these different teams just offering as much money. It'd be a place that like you actually feel like home. Like us here, we come back because it feels like home. Whereas a lot of these guys try to go to the next place that just pays them the most amount of money. And then it turns out, they're, not even going to make the playoffs, but they were on a team that made the playoffs the year before and they're making less. So it'd be cool to have, you can pay your American X amount of dollars. You can pay your European X amount of dollars. Stuff like that would be definitely, I think it'd be good for the league. Maybe. I don't know. Just an idea.
One thing I think that deserves a little bit more attention is the idea that you had about the refs and having either a conference or having an American import. Like there are imports who live over there either well before or well after that their particular season is over. Maybe there's a guy in Sweden that we talked about earlier this year, Brad, who has stayed up there for 9 years. You've got Zaraka or whatever his name is. He's on the Italian flag football. He's lived there for years. You have a little bit of a pool to choose from to have them come in and just, even if we're not making groundbreaking discoveries about the game for some of these local referees, at least you're talking about it and hopefully getting everybody on the same page so there's not such a broad spectrum of calls.
Yeah.
A little bit more consistency. That's something that somebody should look into.
That would probably can make a little bit the whole league tremendously.
Just want it to be called, or if I get like head-butted during a play and the ref's staring right at it, he's like, yeah, next play I'll call it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
and
those.
like what you said
call
earlier.
at the time when it happens.
Right. There's a lot of that.
Yeah. I'll be getting held, and then the ref will come up to the O lineman and give him a warning. I'm like, if it's a holding, it's a holding. You call it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Then they just give him warnings for the entire game. I'm like, all right.
Right.
Call it at least once, please.
Yeah, that what you said earlier, I've seen happen a couple times this season, and I've never heard it was possible. Like a holding call is not called because it wasn't in the play.
Yeah.
You can't, that's not football, and it's affecting people. I've heard from numerous imports this year. Just the talk is that, and we don't want to be talking about it.
Yeah.
We'd rather just play.
It's just such a vital part. I don't know. There's some leagues, and especially, I won't even get into it. There's some leagues and some teams that focus on the wrong things, and I feel like something that has direct impact on the outcomes of games and how it's ran should definitely probably be a bigger point of emphasis, to be honest. Instead of focusing elsewhere, maybe let's get our referee situation figured out so we can have a good time while we're out on the field. Good answer, dude. My business brain was turning there for a second of how you can get a conference.
That was very well thought. Yeah.
How to monetize that, yeah.
Not even monetize it. I mean, we don't make fuck all from here, Brad. I mean, we're just here to help
we could just go, dude. We could just go get some stripes from Foot Locker, and we'd probably be better refs than these guys.
Oh, I'm certain of that. I've refed a couple of Little League games. I'm ready.
There you go.
All right. Last question before I let you guys go. Alex, we're back on you.
Yeah, we'll go pass.
Yeah.
I would be disappointed if you went run again, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been shocked, though. Again, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
We're slinging this thing.
What is the biggest lie the European football world tells itself? Open-ended question.
It's a good I don't know. You want to give me some thought?
We have talked about this on our pod a little bit. I might have even asked this question to Brad or Quiggs in the past, but things that we have talked about is, here's a good example. Where they're further along in the development of football itself than they think, to where they think that they're ready for a LFA, like the Mexican League. They're ready for that kind of jump. They're ready for a CFL kind of jump, a X League kind of jump, and that's why they keep pushing for these AFLE, EFA, ELF leagues, because they think that their homegrown talents are good enough at the football, know enough about the football to be able to make that kind of stuff happen. When in reality, they have a long way to go with their youth programs, that kind of thing. That would be one example.
Yeah. I guess I would just piggyback.
You can also pass.
What's that?
And you can also pass, and I'll give you a different one.
I'll pass, but just to piggyback a little bit, I think the weight room is like not a big thing out here versus in America. Like we're hitting that thing early, often, like even on a week to week, like the amount of times we're at the gym versus a lot of the Europeans. I think that's a big key role that the German league as a whole just isn't. You don't got those big juiced up guys running down on kickoff like you do in college.
Right.
Because you guys don't got guys in college working also. A lot of these guys also working. So I can understand why they can't get in the gym as much, but definitely would help.
Yeah.
Well, Mateo came on here, one of our early episodes, and they have somebody who runs a gym within the club, and it's available at any point between like 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night. And so they've got kind of recycling guys going through there throughout the day. And it shows. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're a really successful ball club. So there are ways around it, but definitely you are correct as far as it's not the big point of emphasis like it is in the States. It just isn't. And that will help the game grow.
Yeah.
Especially in the off season.
Yeah.
And we've got Max Gray coming on here pretty soon, and he actually was just signed as a full-time position with the Winter Tour Warriors in the Swiss League, where that's kind of his job, is that off-season training program, getting them in the weight room, doing on-field agility. So I think that's a good step in the right direction, but I think you are right. They have a long way to go as far as that goes. How about this? Different question for you, Alex. Again, you've probably seen your fair share of imports, at least talking to them. What is the number one thing American players get wrong about going overseas that no one warns them about before they get over there? Man, I'm laying it on thick.
Probably money. Like we don't really get a ton of money, but when you factor in insurance, house, car, gas, like you do get a lot. But maybe some guys that are outside in this NIL world looking to come into the GFL, like it's just not what you're even remotely thinking.
Yeah, they're throwing money over there.
Yeah, you're paid enough to live, travel a little bit, maybe, and eat. Yep. You're not going to go home with anything.
Yeah.
Not saving.
Yeah. That'd be my short answer for a pass.
Hey, I put you on the spot. You guys had no idea that was coming. So,
yeah.
Brad and Quiggs, do you have anything for the good of the cause? I honestly wish I could have you guys for 2 hours, but
we can come back on anytime.
Yeah, we'll
that's a binding contract.
That is,
so
it's getting written down to bring you guys on to just a yap session. So
it's good.
Sounds
we like talking ball.
Yeah, we can talk. I mean, that's all we do.
Yeah,
we just live together and we just play FIFA and talk ball all day. So
I guess on the FIFA wave right now, we just ended our FIFA wave. We had some team chemistry issues.
Yeah, we're grinding out here.
We play like the pro clubs or whatever.
Yeah, everybody had their own position.
Yeah, we got like, I don't know, like 9 guys. We hop on and play together. And
That's
we just
sick.
Like all the importers just play together and we just yell at each other and stuff like that.
That's
it's just
awesome.
funny.
It is fun. I didn't realize I've never played like my player for 2K, but in soccer,
it's a good time.
Electric. Yeah.
I've seen guys do like a college football league where they pick up a team and they do like a dynasty season, but I haven't heard of the FIFA one. That sounds sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did Dynasty. I'm sure you guys did Dynasty like start out the season or something. We did a 26 Dynasty, but we haven't played the new one yet.
was a waste of money.
I heard the NIL's good. The NIL and the Dynasty is fun, but other than that, you have to pay in my player now to make a guy better or something like that. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not buying it.
Not a chance. I'm out.
Okay. Bradley?
I'm just glad I don't have to see you again. I mean, on the field at least, And I don't. I mean, take that as respectful as possible because I think you guys are great players. And I mean, it was a pleasure and a curse to play against you twice. And I mean, you guys know what we're dealing with in Elgoy, and I know what you're dealing with there in terms of what we got on off the field, everything going on. But I'm hoping, because I've talked to you at length, Ben, and then Alex, as like I know you guys well. I really hope you guys can pull something off this year. Like, genuinely, there's not a lot of other teams where I've had the back and forth with where I'm like, yeah, I hope that guy wins. I hope you guys are able to get it done. Make that noise that for the South. I appreciate you guys coming on and then obviously sharing the field and being good guys out there, because there's some guys you play against and they're assholes. You guys aren't those kind of guys, which I appreciate over here as imports. So I'm pulling for you. That's really all I got left on that front.
Thank you.
Yeah, I told a good buddy of your team in the line after our game, I'm rooting for y'all too. I love what you guys got going on. The energy I was feeling from you guys' sideline. Yeah, you guys got a good squad, and we'll be pulling for you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Come on over sometime and go to the lake.
Hey, there it is.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Or should ask his teammate to go spend a night in the Dolomites or go to Spain.
Yeah, right.
Have an overnight
please
trip.
Please don't ask me that.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was yet another episode of Exported Athletes. We've got two of the best defensive imports in the GFL with us today. You guys did an absolutely unbelievable job just hanging out and having a good conversation and give people a little insight about how the hell you guys got to be Razorbacks. And we will be following you guys for the rest of the season. Hopefully a couple more people are a little bit more interested in what you guys got going on, because we are all pulling for you over here. Once again, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, go check out Ben, Rashid, and Alex Mashak on Instagram. Keep up with them for the rest of their season. They are about to enter the playoffs here within a few weeks. You can check us out at exportedathletes.com or Export Athletes on Instagram. We're just here to have a good time and help grow the game of football. We will see you guys next time. Appreciate you listening in.